Question 2. This is about driver schedules. Read the question and the relevant scenario data. You are required to plan a journey from Cologne, Germany to Southampton, as described in the case study, collecting goods at Eschweiler, Germany and Ghent, Belgium. A. Prepare a driver schedule starting when the work begins in Cologne on Monday and finishing in Southampton. Notes: tachograph symbols are not acceptable. You must show the next destination for all driving periods. You must show local times for all activities. Company policies. OCR's vehicles are always single-manned. Drivers must complete a 15-minute vehicle walk-round check at the start of every working day. Drivers must take all break and rest periods at the latest possible time and for the shortest possible period. This rule does not apply when the driver is on a train or ferry, when breaks must be taken if that would shorten the length of the working day. Driver returning from Cologne. Joe Smith completed a delivery to Cologne on Friday the 16th of September. Joe has a regular weekly rest before preparing the Arctic for the return journey to Southampton at 05:30 hours local time on Monday the 19th of September. There is a backload to the UK comprising 2 collections, both for delivery to Southampton. The collections are at Eschweiler, Germany and Ghent, Belgium. Cologne to Eschweiler is 66 kilometers, average speed 66 kph. Loading at Eschweiler takes 1 hour and the driver assists. Eschweiler to Ghent is 210 kilometers, average speed 70 kph. Loading at Ghent takes 45 minutes and the driver assists. Ghent to the terminal in France is 192.5 kilometers, average speed 70 kph, allowing time for check-in and embarking the shuttle. The Channel Tunnel takes 35 minutes on the 1500 hours local time crossing. The Channel Tunnel to Southampton is 227.5 kilometers, average speed 70 kph, allowing time for disembarking the shuttle. You will need to work out the driving time for each section of the journey, so find them now. Use the triangle and do not forget to times the odd parts of the hour by 60 to give minutes. As an example, find the time from Ghent to the tunnel. Time taken to drive the 192.5 kilometers at 70 kph is 192.5 kilometers divided by 70 kph, which gives 2.75 hours. Now, times the odd minutes by 60 to give 45 minutes. So the answer is 2 hours, 45 minutes. Starting at 05:30 German local time, you are now in a position to complete the first part of the driver's hours schedule. Use the journey times that you have already calculated and other data from the scenario. There is likely to be a break needed somewhere. The dilemma is it after 4.5 hours driving or after 6 hours other work. Here, the first break is at 11:30 hours after 6 hours work. A second 30-minute break, the second half of a 45-minute EU driver's hours break, will be needed at 4.5 hours driving at 12:15 hours. The problem with this question is that there is a 1 hour negative time difference between France and the UK. This means that local UK time is 1 hour behind French time, so minus 1 hour to all times when you get back to the UK. This is now also tacho time. The tunnel landing time in the UK ought to be 1500 hours plus 35 minutes tunnel travel, which is 1535 hours. When you minus the 1 hour time difference, then the landing time is only 1435 hours. The time on the ferry counts as the first 15-minute half of a split 45-minute break. The second half of this split EU driver's hours break, 30 minutes, will be needed on the final leg to Southampton. Question 2b. Give the maximum amount of time in hours and minutes that Joe will have available for other duties on his return to Southampton before he must begin a daily rest period. You must show your workings. If you go back to the hours table and take tacho time, you can see that Joe started work at 04:30 and finished at 18:20. This is a spread of 13 hours and 50 minutes. As he has just come off a full weekly rest, he could do 15 hours. Thus he can still do 15 minus 13 hours 50 minutes, which is 1 hour 10 minutes. The OCR Chief Examiner issues a report as to how candidates fared on each question. This is his report to this question. You may need to pause. You can sit your P1 passenger or your R1 freight multi-choice CPC 60-question exam with us at our office 24/7, any hour of any day, with virtually no notice. The advantage is that you get the results immediately, and if you were to fail at your first attempt, you could do a second attempt immediately following the first result. A further advantage is that it gets this out of your hair and well away from the case study paper written exam.